So, Glenn, where have you seen God at work in your life in this week?
Yeah, thanks, Warren. I have seen God at work, kind of more on an individual and collective scale this week, as people have been sharing from church memories of times and places and photos that are important to them. So, a little initiative that was put out 2 weeks ago. First through our virtual foyer, and then a wider invitation during the week last week of people having an opportunity to share memories and photos of places that are important to them, and that we would then put those together in a little PowerPoint and put some backing music and so on to it. And then we would make that available internally to the Cardiff Heights Baptist Church community. And what people shared, really, it just blew me away. And seeing the wide variety of how God has shaped various members of our church, and the way in which he inspires them through creation or other experiences that they've had, relationships with one another, the events that come up in this PowerPoint, heights of leisure time. There's men's golf weekends you can see in there as well. There is just such an incredible variety of memories, important memories and times that people have shared, and you can see the Holy Spirit's fingerprints, over this, and how it's just been brought together. So I was just kind of struck with seeing how God has been involved in people's lives, is continuing to be involved, and how he's encouraging us individually and collectively during this time, and to continue to see how he is at work in our lives, because that to me is what stands out in this PowerPoint of how he is at work. So that's my answer for this week. I can't answer that every week, but this week it is seeing how God's at work in all of our lives, Warren. So I've just been really encouraged through that whole experience. So thank you to everyone that contributed with it.
Yeah, and they're really special, treasured memories of people. So a huge thank you for sharing that glimpse into your life.
People were brave. They've shared their heart. And on that note, you will find the link to that. It's not publicly available, so you won't be able to search it on our website or search it through the YouTube. You actually need the link to it, which is available in the bulletin. There's a hyperlink from the bulletin. It should also be available on the other emails that we've provided to give access to virtual foyer and so on. So check out those emails and the bulletin for the hyperlink. You're probably going to find you'll need to actually watch it a few times to take it all in. There's a lot that's there, but be encouraged during this season by how God is at work. And on that, there's further announcements. Take a look at the bulletin. Remember to keep looking at it. Don't just, when you receive the email, go, oh yeah, click, move on. Check out what is happening in our church. And what you will also find in there are other announcements that are ongoing. We're not going to go into all of them this week. This is just kind of highlights. But we do also have, I wanted to raise this week, you might remember this from one of my, there we go. I'll go closer so people can see it. So that was the Transformational Discipleship Matrix, which I raised in I brought up in multiple sermons earlier in the year and spoke about spiritual health checkups. Just a little reminder that even during this season that they're actually available. If you want to come up and book in a time to actually work through and figure out where you fit on this transformational discipleship matrix and you want to continue to grow as a disciple and have some real shaping kind of around that, then send an email, give me a call, send me an SMS, however you want to contact me, and we can find that time. So that is still possible during this season.
Just as a word of encouragement, I'd like to say thank you to Lois. She faithfully does the bulletin for us every week. And in some ways, it's a thankless task. And there's a big amount of effort in that. And she's waiting on surgery, so in a bit of pain. So she faithfully serves. So thanks, Lois.
I thought you were about to say she's waiting on me to actually complete various elements, which she is from week to week. So thank you, Lois, for your patience with me through that process too. No, Lois is wonderful to work with. But coming up now, what do we have next in the service? We have the kids' song that this week has been selected. It's Active and Alive, and it has been selected by Hannah, Silas, and Caleb from Adamstown Heights. So thank you, Hannah, Silas, and Caleb, for your contribution to our service this week. And then following that, we have Jeanette from Cardiff, Warren's wife, who will be doing a kids message for us, which is called The Greatest Party, I believe.
Yeah.
So
the Forever Party.
The Forever Party.
Yeah.
There we go. No, so thank you for doing that for us, Jeanette. And I'm sure it won't be just helpful for the kids to hear it, but for all of us to hear it. And after Jeanette, we'll be back again.